Okay, so I just got this pulse rifle. It's called the Right Side of Wrong, and it comes with Outlaw, Rampage, and either drop mag, but I opted for steady rounds for the extra stability, and Dusk Sight D1. Again, it gives me a little bit of range. So the masterwork is stability, which is great, and then I can add a mod, either counterbalance, depending on how the vertical, how far it off the weapon is on its vertical. If it's straight up and down, then I don't need counterbalance. I could do something else instead. Alright, and the other weapon I'm going to be testing is the Go Figure. It also has Outlaw and Rampage, but it has ricochet rounds, which gives a little bump to three important stats: range, stability, and reload speed. It does sacrifice quite a bit of ammo, but with Outlaw and Rampage, I'm not too concerned about losing those rounds as much. The sights are rather inconsequential, and the masterwork is handling. Meh, that's kind of whatever. So, if I was just off the top of my head to compare these two, my impulse is that I'd give the edge to the Right Side of Wrong because it does have that stability masterwork. And I think the overall stability right now is still higher with the Right Side of Wrong. They're both 450 rounds per minute, so same archetype. Just one's energy and one's kinetic. I do also have this other Go Figure. It's the one I had before I got this one, with Outlaw and high impact rounds. Not a bad roll. High impact rounds is fine, but I'd rather have the Rampage that my other Go Figure has right here, because then you could basically get the bumps to your DPS after each kill. And yeah, so I mean, this isn't a bad roll. The only thing that sucks is handling. That's awesome. What sucks is that if I were to infuse this 568 into the 548, Go Figure, I would lose this counter mod. I do have 3, but as we all know, the mod components are extremely rare and to be treasured. So to throw away essentially 10 mod component parts, which is what this is equivalent to, it's giving me a little bit of pause. Alright, so let's go ahead and get on with the test. I'm going to start with the Right Side of Wrong. I'm going to just pull down the trigger over and over again. I'm not going to touch any other button or part of my controller. I just want to see how the weapon travels through its magazine. Okay. As you can see, that's actually pretty terrible, because the 100% counterbalance, or 1.0 counterbalance, would be if the bullets traveled straight up and down, and that's ideal because then it's the easiest situation to control the recoil if it's straight up and down. Some weapons, if they're like a 90, they'll almost be vertical. They'll travel a little bit up and to the right or left. And this one traveled directly horizontal, which I don't know. Maybe some people can can like that kind of thing, but I've never quite seen a natural counterbalance be that horrid. Alright, that looks like I have some company here. Okay, so now I'm going to try it ADS, see if it's at all improved. So I'm just holding down the oh crap, I got trapped inside this thing. Alright. That is weird. Usually you have to kill the yellow bar outside to get this chest. Haha, sucker. he's like, what the fuck? Hey, what's up, man? Hey, 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 what's up? I'm also trapped in here, so I think eventually this cage disappears. and I'll probably edit this part out because it's just probably kind of boring watching me just stand here. I cannot shoot anything. I think I can jump out either. Nope. Nope. Okay. There you go. I don't want this guy coming back. Okay, anyhow, back to the test. Alright, so now I'm going to try shooting ADS. I'm just going to hold down the ADS button, the L2 button, and then I'm just going to press the R2 button. Okay, see, it's a little tighter group from the bottom bullet to the top bullet, but still drags directly to the right. So, not good. It's pretty easy to counter. Right now I'm countering it with my thumb, so it's not terribly difficult to counter. But you know, when you're looking at baseline stats for stability, this is about as bad as it can get, I'd say. So if I were to put a mod on this guy, it would definitely be the counterbalance. Get that a little more vertical. But then again, I don't know. It's so horizontal that as long as I know that and I get used to the weapon, then I just have to thumb directly to the left to control the recoil. If I were to add the counterbalance, it would probably make it, I don't know, more vertical, but then I would have to compensate left and down to control it instead of just left. So I might overcomplicate it by adding this mod. I might just keep it like this and just remember that the right side of wrong, it has the absolute worst natural vertical counterbalance, and compensate it that way. So that means I could put backup mag. That'd be cool. Target adjuster. That wouldn't be bad either. Minor spec. That would also not be bad. So I'm not going to put anything on right now. I'm going to kind of think about it a little bit, but definitely have some options here. Moving on to the Go Figure. This is the one I just got. Again, I'm going to just do a hip fire to see how the reticle travels. Okay. As you can see, it went left and went up a little bit. Maybe, 20, 30 degrees. So technically its native counterbalance is slightly better than the right side of wrong. Or is it the wrong side of right? They made these names. Yeah, the right side of wrong. So in that sense, it's a little bit better. But in the other sense, since it's not 100% horizontal or 100% vertical, you have to make two thumb adjustments to center each one of the trigger pulls. And I do believe... Okay, so the other Go Figure has counterbalance. Okay. So I'm just going to do one more where I don't aim down sights. Just get an idea. Yeah. To the left and about 30 to 40 degrees. And when I ADS, wait for those bullets to disappear. Okay. Yeah. So that's about 30, yeah, about 45, 40, about 40 degrees. Alright, now let's switch to the Go Figure with the counterbalance, and we'll see what the effect of the counterbalance is. Okay, and here's hip firing. See, that is pretty damn good. See how that is straight up and down? That is pretty good. That is with no aiming with the thumbs at all and hip firing. So let's wait for the bullet holes to disappear. I'll try a test with the aim down sights. See, it actually goes a little to the right with that counterbalance. So without doing a bunch of testing, it looks as if the native go figure, goes at about a 40-45 degree and left pull, and you just put on the counterbalance mod, and it not only straightens out, the hip fires straight up and down. Yeah. So it straightens out 45 degrees, but ADS, it actually pulls it to the right a little bit, but it's still pretty darn tight. Okay. Alright, now I never really had an idea on what, how much the counterbalance mod actually adjusts the vertical, but as you can see, that is pretty dramatic. I'm just going to go back one more time, just to contrast a little bit. Yes, consistently about 45 degrees and pulling left. This is without the counterbalance. And then with counterbalance. That is pretty dramatic. That's good. So it's not, the mod is no joke. It actually does quite a bit. Quite a bit. Okay. And going back to the right side of wrong, if I were to add the counterbalance, it would actually, I think, make my life overall more difficult. Because I can counter almost a straight horizontal pretty easily. And if I added the counterbalance mod, then I would just be making my life more complicated. Okay, so it's just a matter of getting used to the weapon. Getting used to each weapon, not a big deal. There's so many weapons in Destiny. Getting used to recoil patterns should be in our DNA by now, after so many years of playing it. Very happy. Now, question is, do I infuse and lose the counterbalance and use a second counterbalance mod for this guy? I am torn. And I'll make this decision off of this video. Anyways, thank you for watching. This is the first attempt at doing a real, weapons test. I did a quick one before for sniper and sights, but that was super basic. This is the first time that I've tried to fully narrate a video, and I don't know if it sounds terrible or not. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that I can do to improve. It would be greatly appreciated. But thank you, and if you do like it, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe, and watch my other videos that I have. I'm pretty proud of them as well. All right, talk to you later. Bye bye.